guys. How y'all doing? Welcome to Gimme A Minute podcast. This is your girl, Fenice, and...
Hey, y'all. It's Brittany.
All right, y'all. We want to welcome y'all to our first podcast. We are so excited to be with y'all today. This is a long time coming, but here we are, and here we stand, okay? Mm-hmm. So we just want to give a little intro on us and a little bit about us. First of all, we're not giving out ages, so let's just go ahead and skip that. No but ages. We're grown. How about that? Pay bills, got jobs, okay? We do what we do. We own businesses, baby. So just know you got two black women here sitting here in your face, in your presence. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay. So we want to get started today. We want to just talk about a few things here that are on our heart and on our mind. I don't know even where to start because, things have been coming in left and right. Yeah. Let's just talk about W.A.P because I'm a fan and you knew I was going to start there anyway. Because I was going to go, towards the traditional route and talk about Kamala.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just go to Cardi. Let's start a little lighthearted. And Meg, Brittany, what you got to say?
I mean, I enjoy Cardi. I enjoy Meg. I think that their branding is right on point. It's consistent with who they are. I mean, if you look at what they're providing and the music that they give out, it's consistent. I don't know what you would expect. I don't know why we want Cardi B to recite I Have a Dream when she's never presented that as her character. That's who she is. And I think it's admirable that she's been, this is the main thing. You know what I'm saying? So why would we want her to be anything other than herself? And to be quite honest, can I just say what I'm thinking? Can I just say what I'm thinking?
Do it.
Because a lot of times we sing songs, rap songs in particular, that are very out of the way. That are, I don't know, 3 6 Mafia, for instance. Oh. Project Pat. Can we talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
We talk about it?
Because I enjoy them from time to time. I recite a little slob on my knob.
We've had your aux cord, and it's a bit much, City Girls. I've been with you, and the City Girls have been playing, and I've been offended, and I just sit there and clutch my pearls.
This is not supposed to be included in the part of the episode.
I just sit there.
I am a safe, sanctified woman.
The way the City Girls were playing, and I said, my God,
it's
I don't
parental
understand.
advisory all day.
I get it.
I just got one question. Why y'all mad?
Why are you mad?
Why are y'all mad that they are out here talking about their vagina, their breasts, which are all a part of their anatomy?
It is.
Which last time I checked, it is fine for them to talk about that. But I just want y'all to keep y'all brothers accountable, y'all friends accountable for if they're sitting over there talking about all the vagina in the world and their parts. Mm-hmm. I feel like we should have equal playing ground. Mm-hmm. There should be no issues. There should be no problems.
They did it. They did what they wanted to do. There shouldn't be an issue. There shouldn't be a problem. I think I read a tweet when one lady was like, Cardi B set women back 100 years or 1,000 years, or some dramatic amount of years. And I was just like, honestly, if you don't want to go back there, don't walk back there. Like, why are you allowing Cardi B to dictate your progression? Why are you allowing culture to determine how you move forward through life? I mean, if you don't want to listen to it, there is an off button. You can switch it off. I don't particularly like the song. I don't care for the background because it's kind of haunty and scary to me. I think it's kind of weird. So I just opt out of listening to the song. Doesn't mean I don't like Cardi. Doesn't mean I don't like Meg. It just means I don't particularly care for that particular piece of art. That's all. Now, if you ask me about Black is King, I'm a little partial. I'm a little partial to Beyonce. So I was in my house, King Biden. I'm out here. I'm in Nigeria. I'm having a great time. Okay. I have on my dashiki. I was participating in all of the Mufasa music. I was proponent. Okay. I don't know.
Just to clarify, women can do both. Women are fluid. We have different things that make us a woman. So if we want to show our breasts in a leopard cat suit with pasties on and a high ponytail, we can do that. We can also throw on our African garb and do an African dance for the ancestors and still be that woman. Okay. It is okay for them to do that and to explore their sexuality. So listen, end of the day, let's just raise the roof for the women.
Yeah,
let's
sure.
Raise the roof for the ladies.
For sure. The duality of a woman, I think, is something we don't explore often. We do not go, hard for black women like we should. And when I say protect black women, and when we have the dialogue of protect black women means allowing them to have the voice that they want to have, when they want to have it, how they want to have it. That to me is protecting black women. I don't think you need to determine or dictate how she dresses, how she walks, how she talks. You can have your own opinion, of course, but honestly, who cares about what you think? Let them do them. Like, if it was anybody else, would you have so much of a conversation about it? I don't think it's necessary. Let them do what they want to do. Let them be them. I don't know why it's such a big deal. Just same thing with Kamala Harris. I mean, there's so much conversation surrounding her blackness and how she isn't black enough. Like she's, she went to a HBCU. I didn't go to an HBCU. Like, what determines the level of blackness? Why isn't she considered a black woman? Why is that something that she's not given, as her birthright? Why is blackness something that we have to achieve? Why is it that we look at other black women and compartmentalize them? We categorize black women based on their look. Her hair is too straight. She ain't black enough. Her skin is too light. She ain't black enough. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get why that's something that we feel the need to do.
Interesting. I would like to get into Kamala while we're on the topic as well. Might as well just dive into her. I understand a lot of people feel some kind of way about Kamala or Kamala?
Kamala. I be thinking. I honestly think it's Kamala, because I saw a tweet. It said Kamala. And Kamala. It's Kamala. Okay. Thank you. It's Kamala.
Us blacks. We just
I said Kamala. It's not Kamala.
Is it the North Carolina just pouring out?
It's just the Winston in me. It's Kamala.
Okay.
Like koala.
Say it one more time, Brittany.
Kamala like koala.
No,
but it's
not
actually
that one. The name.
Kamala?
No, Kamala.
Kamala.
Okay. All right.
That's black. I don't care what you say. That's black.
It's an African American name.
African American.
A lot of people just don't care for her like that for whatever reason. I know she was a prosecutor before. I just, her face is just untrustworthy to me. It just bleeds. Don't trust me.
She does read school principles. Like, I don't trust you like that. Like,
what she does, and it just throws me off.
She does have a bit of a shady past.
She does.
But what are your options?
I really don't have a lot. I'm just really focusing on North Carolina and what I could do to change that, and who's sitting in the seat.
Come on.
I hate it. I don't even like talking about it because it's like, choose two of the lesser evils or whatever. I would never choose Trump in my life. I don't have time. I don't have time for the talks, but Biden is out here just rambling on about a lot of nothing. And it tears my nerves up. So
I just want somebody to come in with the hook from the Apollo and just pull him off sometimes. This is be like, Biden, what are you talking about? Where is the Sandman? Get this man off of here. Like, what are you saying? And honestly, it's surprising to me. I think the whole election system is weird because this is what we're saying. These are the two best candidates that we have to offer out of the entire United States. This is what we have: Kamala and Joe. Uncle Joe, who is scary. I just don't get it. It's a scary thought. But what are your options? Agent Orange is either black or orange. What you gonna wear? What you gonna wear? What you gonna put on?
Sounds like Halloween.
Sounds like Halloween. It is scary.
It's very scary. I'm moving on from it because you ain't about to tear my nerves up once again.
I mentioned it. Okay, so can we talk about Moesha?
I was about to say, first, before she starts, I just want to talk to y'all about Moesha and how much of a traitor my friend is. We up here uplifting the black man and all the black men of the 90s, the black fathers of the 90s. This
protect black women.
Fool. This fool came up here and said, what'd you say Moesha's dad is the worst?
Okay, so first of all, shout out to Strong Black League for bringing Moesha to Netflix. We are, hand claps to them all around the room. Like, we are super duper proud of @Strong Black League on Instagram. If you're not following them, please do go follow them. They are the reason why we have Moesha Prison Song. I think the Parkers are coming to Netflix.
Does anybody remember Prison Song? A throwback, a jewel. Q-Tip and Mary J. Blige singing Carmen style. Hip hopera. I'm excited. I'm sorry. I didn't even watch it last night. I'm going to watch it tonight, though.
I feel like I got weepy on Prison Talk. I told you I think I need to.
It's weird. You need to talk to your
I need to go. First
counselor.
of all, I'm not a hip hopper fan, Carmen. Let's talk about Beyonce's acting while we're here.
No, we're not.
Can we talk about it? Okay.
No.
It's not good. It's just not good. It's just not. But okay. But back to Strong Black Lead, bringing Moesha to Netflix. Thank you so much for doing that. We appreciate you fighting the good fight of faith, because I love Moesha. Growing up on Moesha during the 90s was, I mean, you know, you watch Moesha.
I did.
And
I appreciated the dad.
All right, whatever. I looked as a goof, because, you know, I looked at the entire thing again, like at the whole body of work presented to me on Netflix. I looked at it from season 1 to season 6. First of all, they were cheated out of a finale. I think, I don't know what happened. It just kind of cut off. They got canceled. And so it just kind of cut off. And so we were kind of like left on a cliffhanger as to what happened to Miles. But, honestly, looking at Moesha's dad throughout all of the shows, and okay, so before y'all come for me, I get it. It's a show. Enjoy it. Cut it on, cut it off. Move about your day. It's nice for a little yang around the house. You ain't doing nothing. Watch Moesha. I get it. No worries. But I just was looking at it through a different lens as an adult, being the age that I am now. Back when I was a kid, of course, I related to Moesha. Now, I mean, D is speaking my language. When I say D was on point, she came in the house with 2 kids who are terrible people. They were just awful children. And Frank, who couldn't, Jesus Christ, it's like, Frank, why are you this way? Like, you are terrible. Frank was just all out trash. Why did you have a whole son? Like, you had a whole son and you just failed to mention that you had a son? You just didn't. When you had your other 2 kids, now would have been a perfect time, because you had a fresh slate. Your wife was dead. So you had a clean slate. You had all the time in the world to mention this to this new woman that came in. You could have said, hey, listen, you know, I got 2 kids, but I do have a third who is out here with my sister. Now that would have been a perfect time. She'd have been like, all right, no problem. I got you. Got 3 kids. Now you talking about some Dorian comes along and Sandy comes home and tells him, oh, I'm so glad you brought your son home. And he's looking at her like, be quiet. And she's like, be quiet. I thought you would have mentioned this. So D is upset. Moesha, who is just an all out weird character, is also upset. Miles, who was also, you know, weird. He always kept going to his room. I don't get what was in his room that was so important that they kept sending him in there. It just wasn't, it didn't hold up well. Okay. It didn't hold up well. That's my thing. It didn't age well. I didn't like the aging process of Moesha. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna just watch the show and just calm down. Mm-hmm. Just doesn't mean I just didn't care for the daddy. Why would you like this, Frank? Think about it. I can't be alone in this.
You're alone. Because Frank was a good man. That was a good man. Take care of them babies. Take care of them babies.
He was taking care of the kids.
I can't believe I did forget about the other son, though.
Dorian.
I did forget about Dorian. You can't just be leaving sons out of the picture, though. And you had a good woman by your side. You're not lying on that. He's a good man.
He was a good man. He was a good man. Decent car salesman of a man.
Oh, wow. It's the audacity for me.
It's the car salesman for me.
What?
It's he's selling cars. Saturns at that. Do you drive a Saturn?
No.
Do you see anybody you know driving a Saturn?
No, I don't actually.
Thank you. Don't even sell them no more.
No, I really don't.
Fisher Price cars. Nobody would drive no Saturn no more. Who drives a Saturn? Who?
People that he sold cars to.
It's just a show.
Period.
It's just a show. We won't dive into
it. We're just gonna confirm that you don't like black men for whatever reason that is. You have a certain vendetta against black men, and we're gonna leave it at that. That's something for you to unpack.
I didn't say
I don't see a thing wrong with Moesha. I think he was very emotional.
He was super emotional when he had that third son. I think it was just
before that, he was just an emotional character.
He was an emotional character. Really didn't connect well with the audience. I just thought
You're making me not like him. I don't appreciate it.
You should watch the show. You haven't seen it updated. Like I said, when I was a little, Moesha was it. I used to love the show. Her and Q. Now that storyline still holds up.
Q was the
Q was the bald-headed boyfriend who looked like he was about 35, still in high
You
school.
talking about light-skinned one, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the rapper, yeah.
The rapper, who in real life was just like that.
He's crazy.
Okay, I didn't say that.
I'm done. All right. Well, we're just going to wrap that right on up. We're just going to move on from you and your negativity because we don't need it in our life.
Okay, well, that's fine. Do what you feel is right.
We're going to move on to the next segment. We're going to call this one Happily Ever After.
Oh, God.
All right, y'all. Welcome back. So we are going to pick up where we left off. We said we were going to talk about Happily Ever After is just a quick little segment. These are going to change every... Excuse me, guys. This is going to change every episode. This one for now is going to be called Happily Ever After. This is going to be our Gimme A Minute segment. Okay. So today I'm just going to announce a few things, talk about a few things. Hopefully y'all be down for the ride. All right. So I wanted to talk today about love and relationships.
Come on, love.
Okay. Because love is a losing game.
Oh.
Sometimes. But so pretty much Brittany was like, Fenice, I need you to talk about your relationship that you've been in for some time, the ups and downs, blah, blah, blah. Because we done been through some shit.
How long has it been?
Okay. All right. 9 years.
9 years.
9 years in all. So all the way back from, let's take it back to 2012. Why don't we? This is where I met him. I know. And so I was in state. Yeah, I was at state. We were both at state. So, I saw him in passing and I remember speaking to him and he spoke back or whatever, and from then I saw him again because he came in my dorm room or whatever with his friends. And we were like, shoot, my friends meet with your friends, let's make it a weekend type thing,
Oh,
So,
wow.
we just had a good time.
Maybe we can be friends.
Yes, maybe we can be
Your friends meet my friends. Maybe we could be friends. You know what I'm saying? Get down, do something. You know what I'm saying?
Do this every weekend, okay? So, but we hit it off and we just had a good time talking with each other. And we were like, the thing that really made it special, both of our names are unique. So we were like, he told me his name. I was like, what is that? I told him my name. He was like, what is that? And so we just explained it, kept it moving ever since. So the thing is, though, I was a totally different person then, and so was he.
How so?
I was mean, Brittany. I was very mean, very insecure. I had just, Brittany can attest to this, I had just come out of an awful relationship. Woo, it was rough, y'all. It was rough. I thought it was going to be my sweetheart. It was not.
Oh, wow.
And so honestly, from that relationship, I thought that that's what relationships were supposed to be like.
Oh,
and
talk about that.
Okay. So pretty much like I had been with the previous guy for like a few years on and off or whatever. And so because of that, he was just really, how about this? I'm not going to put it all on him. Our relationship consisted of a lot of control, right? So I want to know where you're at. If you don't answer that phone, I know what's up. I'm gonna revert back. Okay. So anyway, so it's just, that's where we were at. And so I thought that's how it was supposed to be. Like, you answer the phone when I call you. If I get upset, that's fine. Or if I, go off on the deep end, that's fine. As far as like going off, yelling, cursing, like, things like that.
Out of character.
Out of who I am. Yeah, that is not who I am, but that's who I thought I was and felt comfortable being for some reason. I don't know. So anyway, because I was like that and he was fresh coming into our relationship, we just really didn't know how to mesh well, right? But we knew we liked each other, so we just stuck around. Eventually he went to Chapel Hill and I stayed here for some time, and then he came back to finish school. So then we just, decided, hey, I'm about to move into an apartment. That's what I said. I'm about to move into an apartment. It was my first apartment, y'all. I was 21 or whatever. Yeah, right. Anyway, I was in my 20s, early 20s, and I had my apartment, and we moved in together or whatever. And so that was that. And for some reason, y'all, I decided to get 2 dogs. I don't know what I was thinking about. I got 2 little puppies.
Don't shade Luki and Dookie.
I'm not shading. Their names are Yuki and Lou. They are 8 years old, y'all. They're getting up there.
Oh, getting old.
I know it makes my heart crumble every time I think about it. I don't want to think about it. But yeah, so I decided to get them. We had them, so that was another responsibility. I was working at Bojangles, y'all. It was a time to be had. It was just a lot, y'all. It was just a lot. And even still, I'm still that person during this time arguing, being very sensitive, being very demanding, being controlling. I just didn't communicate well. I did not communicate my thoughts well or anything like that. I'm very not ashamed, because I'm not ashamed of the person that I was, because I definitely learned from that person. But looking back, it is very cringy. It's like,
but that's a part of development, though. Once you realize the things that you have done, you have an opportunity to grow from it. You have an opportunity to learn about yourself. So taking all that into consideration, it got you to where you are today.
Right.
So
throughout all of that, this guy, stuck with me. But last year we went through some things. So we're going to fast forward. Because during this all this time, I am growing from 2012 all the way up until last year of 19. So I'm still growing, but I'm still in my opinion, I was taking advantage of him. I was taking advantage of his kindness, and not to say that it was all on me, because we both have faults, but realizing the faults within myself, I was taking advantage of him in the relationship. Right. So I'll never forget, we went to this reunion, right, last year, and I got so upset because the family was like, how long y'all been together? He tells them, and they're like, oh, y'all not married yet? You didn't, get engaged yet? So that really hurt my feelings, because they made it this big thing. Not that, and it wasn't their fault, and because it was funny, but then it's like when that shit settled in, you'd be like,
yeah, for
I'm
real.
Not married. I'm not. It has been some time.
For real.
What's the holdup? So instead of just being like, or communicating how I felt, it was really blaming. And I did a lot of that earlier in our relationship, just blaming. It was never my fault. You did it. What'd you do to make me upset, right? So he got sick of that shit, y'all, and was like, okay, you know what? You're not about to drive me crazy no more. You be crazy by yourself. And when I tell y'all,
wow,
distraught. It was like,
so he left?
Me? Yes, he left. He left, girl. He left my ass and got an apartment, got his own. It was just like, and flexed on me too. I'll help you pay the rent because, I've been here, but, I'm moving out.
Wow.
Moved out and helped me pay the rent. I said, oh my God.
So you had a good guy.
Oh yeah.
So you had a good guy. You guys were together for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You went to a point, and family can be an influence. Got to a point where it felt like you guys should be moving forward, should be, at a place where you were engaged or taking the next step.
Right.
Just taking the next step. And family pressure kind of added to that, which in turn led you to blame him for not progressing forward.
Yeah.
So I guess the one question the audience would have, and the question that I would have, is why is that his responsibility to progress the relationship? Why would we put that in the hands of a man to say you should be responsible for elevating to the next level, and you should just be able to feel the room? In other words, read the room. Like, we've been together for this long, so it's on you to determine whether or not we either progress, move forward, or stay where we are, not at all. So I find it very interesting that we put that in the hands of our significant other. So I'm enjoying your story. I love how you are taking ownership, though, for what you created, the storm that you created, because I was there. I was in it. I was in the eye of the storm with you. But friend, let me tell you something. It was not your fault. Okay? First of all, we're not going to do that. That's my friend. And whatever you decided to do was what you decided to do. And that's it. Purr. That's on purr.
That's it.
Thank you. Anyway, back to your story.
Anyway, Lord, okay. So the reason that I decided to go ahead and put it in his hands was because it's like, I'm taking your lead. If you want to be my husband, I'm taking your lead. So that's why I was like, okay, what are you doing? So anyway, he left or whatever, had his own place. I mean, we were planning out weekends and everything. Who would watch the dogs and stuff? It was just a lot. I know it was, So eventually we wrapped it up. We got back together or whatever. Actually, before we got back together, found out I was feeling some kind of way, y'all, and I decided to take a pregnancy test, and I was pregnant. It's a whole lot of carrying a child, y'all. So I found out I was pregnant. I told him. He was excited. It just kind of threw us all in for a loop. Nobody was expecting me to be pregnant.
So you were going through a breakup.
Yes.
And then you found out you're pregnant.
And I found out I'm pregnant.
Wow. So he's in the process of moving out and getting his own place to stay.
He's already moved out.
Wow.
He's already moved out.
Wow. So, and then you find out you're having a baby.
Yeah, I found out I was pregnant.
Wow.
I found out I was pregnant. I told a number, like a handful of people, including you.
Right.
Or whatever. I told Brittany because I was like, she wanted me to
Tell him how you told me. Tell him how you told me.
Went to a restaurant downtown.
She
or
sends
whatever.
me I'll tell this story because I was offended.
Do that.
She sends me a picture. We're at the restaurant. First of all, the music is blaring and I can't hear a word she's saying. And so we're sitting literally 2 feet across from each other. This is before coronavirus. And so this is before that. So we're having, standard, our usual. Mm. And she sends me a photograph and it's a sonogram. And I'm like, oh, okay. Before this, she was talking about somebody else. So I was assuming that was their sonogram. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, they're having a baby. Congratulations to them. Oh my God. I'm getting all the feels and I'm just so happy for that person. And then you're like, read it. And I'm like, you don't read sonograms. Ain't no need to read sonogram. It says what it says. It's a baby in there. And she's like, no, read the sonogram. So I enlarge it on my phone. And of course it has her name at the top. And then I proceed to go crazy because at the end of the day, my best friend's having a baby and I have all sorts of different emotions, including what the baby shower theme is going to be and how do we move forward with this?
Right.
But anyway, you were pregnant. I was happy at the time.
We're all happy.
We're all happy.
So, we were all excited. I went to, get the insurance coverage and all of that, y'all. So, if you don't know, if you never had a baby, you do not get that sonogram, until after 6 weeks, which really just drove me crazy because I was like, I just want to see my baby. So, what had happened?
Let me see my son.
Let me see my son. Here to pick up my son. Hi, son. That was me. Show me my baby. And so, weeks later, y'all, I was bleeding. And so I went to the hospital. They say everything is fine. And I finally got my ultrasound or whatever. I was like, oh, little baby. So I was so excited. So then I went for my checkup, y'all. And I went up there, y'all. And they wanted to do an ultrasound on me because they wanted to make sure everything was okay. And everything was not. The baby did not have a heartbeat. So let's just woe it out on that to pass through the emotional part because it's still a little fresh. So, yeah.
So you went through that.
I went through that, right?
And then you said for at the time still not
we were
together.
Not together, yeah.
And so you had lost the child in essence alone.
Actually, I take that back. We were together.
Okay, so you guys got back together.
We were together.
Right.
We were together.
Right.
And then shortly after that, we went to the doctor.
Right.
Yeah. Sucks.
Lost the baby. Women who have had, miscarriages, women who are going through IVF, we definitely want to send a shout out to you guys. Keep it up. Keep going. Keep trying. Keep believing. Infertility is something that a lot of women struggle with. Miscarriage is something a lot of women deal with. We don't talk about it enough. We don't have that conversation enough about having rainbow children who have passed on, children that were born, stillborn or kids who died of SIDS. We don't have the conversation enough of women who are still grieving. And that's okay. Yeah. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to miss that baby.
It's okay, y'all. Cause when I tell y'all it's so rough. Right. It's so rough. And it takes some time be able to talk about it even.
Right.
You know, without being weepy.
Right.
You know, and me being the thug I am, I don't be like being weepy, you know.
But you know what they say, weeping may.
Oh.
Endure for a night. But come on, joy.
Yeah.
Joy is coming.
Yeah.
And I believe you got some joy.
I got joy, y'all. I got joy.
I'm gonna shout.
So you pinpoint that for later. Yeah, put a sticky note on that. So after that happened, y'all, we that really made us stronger. It was, you know, an awful time. Awful time. But we made it through, you know, just by being there for each other, because Lord knows he had to be that strong person for me. And that's what showed me that, you know, we can do this, and you can be there for me. Ever since then, two different relationships.
Wow.
2 different relationships, because this one, and it just feels different.
Wow.
It just feels completely different. Before it was, and you know what? I'll tell you what it really was. And y'all gotta forgive me, because these shifts I gotta cancel before they be like, no. So I really felt like Yusuf was against me. And I don't know why. Mm-hmm. We had this conversation yesterday where I was like, I just have a wall up. Like, I just don't want you to make me feel stupid or demean me or make me feel small.
Talk about it.
And you may not even be doing that, but it's the way I receive that. I receive you making me feel small.
Mm-hmm. And I receive you telling me how you feel as an attack against me.
Yeah, and it may not be. That may just be your truth. But you saying that to me is a trigger for me. So just to prevent that trigger, let me just go ahead and build this wall up so you can't invade my space, my emotional space. And it took me realizing that he is not against me. We are a team, and we need to be working together. It took me realizing that. And that's really what that was for all of those years, was me just being like, no, you're not for me. You're not with me. You're against me. You're going to call me, cussing me out because I didn't answer the phone. I'm waiting on that. You know, stuff, because that's what I was used to. It's okay to have a boring relationship. That's what really I had to learn, because I was just so used to drama all the time.
Drama equals excitement for a lot of us.
Right.
Drama equals you love me. You're calling me consistently. That means you love me. You're concerned about where I am, and however you say it, you know what I mean, is communicating to me that you care. When in actuality, it's abusive, and we do not do well with unpacking that and really getting to the root of what causes us to want and seek out relationships that are not, you know, for us, not beneficial. You know, they're in essence, you know, toxic.
Yeah. Toxic. Yes, absolutely.
We seek out toxic relationships, but now it's new.
So it's a totally different relationship. We're able to communicate and verbalize how we're feeling. If there's an issue, we're much more affectionate, which again used to make me feel very weird. I just, you know, ill. But now it does not. We're open with each other and honest. And that means a lot. So honest with each other, he decided to put a ring on it. So excited. Yeah. We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do it.
Come on, listen. I'm excited. You not get no younger, and you might as well get down to that altar.
I might as well do it.
Might as well. Jagged said it best. You might as well. I mean, shoot, what else are you doing today?
Let's get married.
It's coronavirus. It's COVID out here.
Coronavirus.
You ain't doing nothing.
You ain't doing nothing else. Let's just go ahead and plan on this wedding.
Come on, talk about the ring.
I'm so mad, y'all. I listen, because I definitely put lotion on my legs. And I said, let me take this ring off. And I did, and left it right there, y'all. So the next podcast, I'm going to just be doing like this for no reason.
Yes, come on. My husband said, my husband and I, ring. Come on, ring.
I did. I had it on, y'all. I was like, let me not forget. Brittany going to get me. And I left it right there. But yes, the ring is beautiful, y'all. It's very pretty. It's something that is a lot different than what I thought or what I asked for. But that's fine, because he knew what to get. Oh. He knew what to get. And he done good. He done good. The family loves him. The family loves the ring. The family's excited. The family said it's time to get married. The family said we get married. We doing one wedding this year and another one next year.
Y'all waited so long. You're going to have 2 weddings.
I'm gonna have 2, and that's fine. Thank you. Let's just, you send gifts both times though.
Come on, Cash App us.
Come on, we need it. Cash App.
I love
Yusuf Tiffany. Cash App. Yusuf Tiffany.
I love it. This is why this segment is entitled "Happily Ever After," because we had to go through such turbulence in the beginning, and you really had to find out who you are. And I don't think what you went through is necessarily a bad thing. Mm-hmm. I think what you went through, as you stated, really got you to this point.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to hear your growth. And it's okay. Like, I really want women and men to understand life and the span of life. You have a long time to live.
You're right.
You know, it feels like a really short period of time, but it is a long time, especially to deal with somebody for the rest of your life. So this is possibly one of the biggest decisions that you're ever going to make. And it's okay to take your 20s or whatever to find out who you are, what you like, discover yourself, find out your dislikes, what walls you have up. Go to therapy. Mm-hmm. Go to therapy. Mm-hmm. It's okay to talk to someone and really unravel the knots that you've created in your mind from baggage in your past. So I'm happy that you took the time to do it. I applaud you. There's a reason why we talk. There is a reason why we talk and we're best friends, because I really applaud the work that you do internally and how you address issues with yourself, with other people. You're never combative, but you always take the time to talk about it, talk it out, talk through it. So I applaud you for that. Good kudos to you for taking the initiative to do that and really rebuilding and reconstructing a relationship that was worth salvaging. We throw people away a lot, and I'm guilty of this. I will throw somebody away when it don't work. Listen, here's the garbage truck they pick up on Tuesdays. Come out, get him, because he's not working.
He's not going to make it.
This is not going to make it. I will return you UPS. Come on, Amazon. Pick it up.
I was about to say, excuse me, we already said we're not giving no free money out here.
Listen, all right.
We're going to bleep that out like a curse word.
Everybody shops Prime.
Wonder what that word was. What was she talking about? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. But no free promo. But yes, no, I mean, I will cut you off. And I think sometimes you do need to cut people off that don't mean you any good. You know, sometimes a tree needs pruning in order to grow. And that's fine. I will prune the tree in a second.
Hallmark.
I will do that. I don't mind, because it's necessary. But I love how you worked through it, processed it, salvaged, created something very, very beautiful out of what you had to work with. So
yeah, girl. And you mentioned therapy. We did go to therapy as well.
I love it.
So that definitely helped us. So yeah. I highly encourage couples and individuals alike to go to therapy to unpack all those things that you thought was in the past and that you've let go. Sometimes we need to fully release it. Okay. So I highly encourage you to take advantage. Most insurance companies are doing like the waiving of meeting with your counselor.
For sure.
Through telehealth. So I highly suggest y'all take advantage of this time. Meet up with your counselor, your mental health counselor, and get everything off your chest.
Absolutely. I mean, with the environment that we live in today, I mean, we're inundated with visuals of our brothers and sisters being killed. We're inundated with rioting and looting, and we don't know how to process this information. If you think you do, then either you already have a therapy degree or you have a really close relationship with a therapist. I mean, I really don't understand. Like, you really need to seek someone out, because childhood trauma is real. Trauma is a thing. So, if anybody isn't, I'm a huge advocate for mental health. Yes. Huge advocate. Go see somebody, go talk to somebody, get that off your chest. Pray in therapy. That's my motto.
There it is. Happily ever after, guys. So that's it. That's it for that segment. We're going to move on to the next one. Hold on tight.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us here on Gimme A Minute. We are so glad that you decided to tune in with us on this, our very first podcast. So shout out to you guys for joining us. This is our last segment. It's called You Got This, because we believe that you got this. No matter what you're going through, no matter what life is throwing at you, you definitely have it. I know it's hard. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. Visualize yourself conquering every mountain, fighting every battle, because at the end of the day, you are successful and you ain't built to quit. Who told you that it was too hard? Who told you that this mountain was insurmountable? Who told you that you couldn't prosper? Who told you that life was not for you? Who told you that you don't deserve success? Who told you that? Who told you that? Sometimes we have moments in our life all the time, and I'm guilty of this. I look in the mirror and I'm like, where am I going? Where am I headed? You know, what does life have in store for me? Why am I not here? Why am I not at this point in my life? Where should I be going? What should I be doing? So no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, I really want you to take a moment, look at where you come from. Think about that. Think about who you used to be. He said it earlier. She had to take some time to grow, to maintain, to really take an internal look at herself and to really look at why these things were happening. And she found a solution and it worked out in her favor. So if that's happening to you, I encourage you to take a look internally. Take a look at yourself, look in the mirror. How can I improve? How can I be better? Are my circumstances really this hard? Is it really this terrible in my life? Or can I overcome it? Can I do better? What can I do? What processes do I need to put in place? Sometimes we just need a system. Sometimes we just need a plan. Write your plan out. Write the vision. Make it plain. So write down whatever it is you need to write down, whether it is an affirmation a day, whether it's your business plan, whether it's just Bible verses. Write down whatever it is you need to write down. Get it out of your system. Use your notes app. That's what I do. Journal. Get it out of you. Write it down. Write your vision. And honestly, I think it'll help you. So no matter what it is, no matter what you're going through, life is intense and it can be very hard to deal with a lot of things. Death is rampant. I think we've had 109 shootings here in Winston alone.
Yes.
Up until this year.
Yes.
19 deaths. I mean, it's hard. It's really, really hard. Somebody you know, somebody you love is gone. A disease, COVID is no joke. We're all fighting and battling against something. Unemployment, recession. There's a lot against you, but it's nothing to compare to what's inside of you. So use what you have, use your gifts, use what God has given you, all the talents that he's put in you, and create. Do what you have to do. Use this time to reset, refocus, revitalize, and I believe you got this. So shout out to you.
Got this.
You got it.
You got it.
I believe you.
What a beautiful word. Am I right or am I right? Okay.
Shout out to me.
Shout out to you. Okay.
Moesha Daddy sucked.
Wow. Such a positive role we were on. Mm-hmm. And then you do that.
Had to.
It's one thing that niggas got.
He didn't have it. He did not have it.
And that's the audacity. I'm talking about you.
It's the audacity for me.
It's the audacity.
It's the third son for me. Oh, second son. You know, whatever. We're done.
Wrap it up, Brittany.
Well, it's fine. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Give Me a Minute. This is our first of many podcasts. Join us. Periodically, we will be dropping podcasts on a streaming service near you. Tune in. Get your life.
Get your life. And thank you to Open Media Lab for hosting us for our very first podcast.
Round of applause for them, yo. That's our mouth noise.
That's your what?
That's our mouth noise. Shout out to Open Media Lab. Thank you guys so much.
You see this beautiful, you see this?
You see it.
You see where we at right now.
Open
Media is the first of many episodes, but thank y'all again for joining us. We can't wait to see you again.
Woo. Thank you.